Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. I want to tell you guys a story, and these couple stories here have a point, and the point is, in a true SHTF, there's a good chance that you're not going to know what's going on. You might have a little bit of the information. You might have some of it from a certain point of view, but there's a darn good chance that you're not going to know specifically what's going on. And this gets into the manipulation of information. And lately, the last few years, that's been a huge topic. And I got a couple of personal precedents on this that I thought I'd share with you guys. And the first one was back in the mid-90s. I was working a factory job at the time, and I was young, and somehow I got myself into the job. When somebody got hurt at the factory, I was the guy that they put in the truck to drive this guy to the local hospital so they could get checked out. And this one guy, he got hurt at the beginning of a shift, and they called me, pulled me off what I was doing, and said, go take this guy over to the ER. So I took the guy over to the ER. Well, they had to run tests, and they had to do different things on him and stuff. And this turned into like a 5-6 hour deal that I had to spend with this guy. And so we were talking, he was probably 5 years, I'd say, older than me, and he was in the Navy, and he had come out of the Navy, and he had started working over there at that factory with me, and he started telling me about his Navy experiences. And the one thing that stuck in my mind is he told me where he worked, and I believe it was at Norfolk, and where he worked, he said every once in a while there'd be a ship that would come in there that would be all shot up. And I was like, all shot up? Who's shooting up, American warships and stuff? And he said it was smugglers. He said there's a lot of Navy ships that do drug interdiction, especially in the Caribbean. And it blew my mind. And then he told me another thing that blew my mind even more. He said the worst ship that ever came in that was shot up was a submarine. And he said, if I remember right, the top part of a submarine is called the sail, the part that sticks up. And he said that's what was shot up. And that blew my mind even more because I had no idea that U.S. submarines participated in drug interdiction. That just, I thought submarines just operated underwater and that's all there was to it. And so that kind of changed my mindset about knowing what's going on. And like I said, up until that point, and, we had talked about this, and he said, that's something that you just never hear about on the news or read about in the papers or whatever is, those U.S. assets being shot up by drug smugglers. And like I said, it changed my mindset. And then I was talking to an old timer once, and we were talking about World War II. World War II always seemed to pop up in the conversation. And I said, yeah, I asked him, I don't really want to say about the media coverage, but I asked him, what people knew on the home front during World War II. And he said, well, I'm going to tell you a story now here. He said, this one's one that a lot of people don't know about, and that's why I wanted to share it with you. He said there was a picture published in Life magazine of 3 dead Americans. And I didn't think that was that unusual until he told me when that particular article was published. That particular article was published, and if I remember correctly, it was like the front page of Life magazine at the time. I'll put a link in the description for this. I'm sure I can Google it find something online for you guys so you guys can see what this picture is. But It was in September of 1943 when this was published, and that was the first time that dead Americans were shown in any American media or any American publication. Was in September of 1943. The war had been going on for almost 2 years before they showed a dead American in media. And he said that was sort of how it was. This information age that we live in, back during the war, they didn't let the average people on the home front know what was going on. That was all kept under censor and kept under wraps. And now there's so much media out there, and pretty much everybody with a phone could be considered media there, and media can be manipulated in multiple different ways. So they can show you what they want to show you to control the opinion, however you want to put that. And I thought those two stories were relevant because they had actually happened to me. On if there is a true SHTF, that might go a long time before you specifically know what's going on, or you might never know what's going on. You might only get a portion of that story or a portion of why things happened the way they did. And it's something I don't think people contemplate that much, and I thought it was worth doing a video on here and pointing that out. I'll go ahead and I'll do a little Googling around, see if I can find an article on that specific photograph during World War II, so you guys can look at it. That'll be in the description when I upload this video. But anyway, this is Modern Refugee. I appreciate all my subscribers out there. Hope you guys get a little something to think about out of these videos, and some entertainment as always. Just sharing a couple of these stories here with you guys about information that I think is pertinent. You guys have a good one.